Hi, this is Don Schaefer. Once again, I'm excited to be with you. I'm excited to be talking about a topic this week here it's probably the most exuberating experience anybody could ever experience. And that topic is falling in love. And we're talking a little bit about what happens when people fall in love. You know, because it's a moment in time where nothing seems to matter. The juices are flowing, everything is happening in a person's life, and you're just in love, and you really can't prepare that well for that, because you can't say, you know what, next week I'm going to fall in love, because it seems like it's something that happens in a person's life. It's just bam, it's there. And I knew a while back, quite some time ago, a gentleman that was working at a business. And he was in Wisconsin. He was in Appleton, Wisconsin. And his girlfriend was in Indianapolis, Indiana. And every Friday night, he would work the second shift. He'd get out of work like about 1, 2 in the morning. And he would drive to Indiana to be with his girlfriend over the weekend. Dead tired. He'd drive all that way. I'm sitting there saying, wow, you've got to be crazy to do that. But the guy was in love. And that's the way love is. Love is a beautiful thing. And I know for Shirley and I, we met, after a basketball game, back in the early 70s. And, we started, dating and stuff. And we fell in love. And it seemed like we were a team that was inseparable. And for the next year or so, everything we did, I'd go to bed, I would think about Shirley. I'd wake up, I'd be thinking about Shirley. It was, just that way. And then we got married. And things were great when we first got married. But, in the course of time, I realized something was happening here. All of a sudden, the same feelings I had weren't there anymore. I'm saying to myself, what's with this? I did a little bit of studying, did a little bit of research, and I found out something. I found out that, this type of love is an infatuation type of love where nothing seems to matter. You're in love. It only lasts for a period. It only lasts for, on an average, they tell me, it's about 1.5 to 2 years. And then what happens is you get yourself in a position where you're transferring into another type of love. And it's a little bit different, because this type of love takes some work. This type of love is something that you build. This is a much more stronger love, and it's something that you build and structure into your life. And that's where we like to, within each of us is a love bank, and we need to have love deposits made into our love bank for us to be well in life. And that's where what I had to learn is I needed to learn how to deposit stuff into Shirley's love bank. All of a sudden it wasn't just all natural, just happening. We had to build a love. And when the love bank is full, life is great. But when it's empty, when you haven't been doing the kind deeds, saying the nice things, buying the presents, or whatever the circumstances might be in your life, then what happens is the bank gets withdrawn and it gets real ugly. And that's where what my encouragement for you this week is for you to take a real good look at your life. And I'm hoping that you've experienced falling in love. I know not everybody does, but if you have, fantastic. But I realize that you're probably not in it right now in that segment. You're in the building segment. And that's where we at Knitting Hearts want to encourage you to be able to make deposits in people's lives. This can be with your spouse, but it can be with your family also. Because it's love deposits. And that's what builds a solid, lasting love relationship. Problem in our society today, up to 50%, what happens is they will get into the infatuation type of love, and they will not realize that there is another type of love. So when the infatuation is gone, they're looking for someone else so they can start it up all again. Well, we have a lot of people getting separated and divorced, or they've given up on a relationship because they don't realize, hey, you have to go through the first to get the second, but there is a second. And that's the neat thing, which I've mentioned before, is the fact that you can fall in love all over again, over and over. And Shirley and I, we do that all the time. We do things for each other. We go places, and it seems like we're falling in love all over again. What a neat way to live, isn't it? So I want to encourage you to do that this week, and you have yourself a wonderful week, and I will see you again next week. Thank you.